Hi all, welcome back. Red Storm, Dark Blue Defection, still on scenario 5, Dark Blue Defection. Wasn't sure where I was at. Is all clear, there's no little blue cubes on top. Yeah, so we must just be moving on to turn 8. This is my part 22. Now, turn 8, but could there be a turn 9? Because I feel that if the helicopters do get taken out, I think it's probably game over for us. We survived that last turn. There's still a lot more to survive, to be honest. Okay, and nothing really much to talk about. I think there might be a couple of things out there, but it's pretty late at night. I'm just back from work, and I thought I'll see if I can squeeze a part in. Not sure I've fully got enough time for that, but if it goes smoothly, yeah, I've said that before, and before you know it, an hour will be in, and that'll be it. Probably got a maximum of an hour if it comes to it, but that's with me maybe pausing at times as well. Anyway, okay, right, let's get the turn started then. So, play card 4, roll for the event then, random event. 7, okay. Not the dreaded 9 or 10 anyway. Just checking the ones that are not workable. It's 5. So 7 does do something. I imagine we've probably seen all of them now, but you never know. Oh, it's man-pad ambush again. Okay. Well, that's not great. We got hit by that the last time, didn't we? So randomly select. Oh, hang on. The flight's got to be at deck or low, hasn't it? One enemy flight that's at deck or low. But the helicopters are at deck, Grant. Right, well, we've got to roll first. Roll 1d10 again. 1 to 5, it's Warsaw Pact. 6 to 10, it's NATO. That player selects one enemy flight. So we actually want a NATO result here. So we want a 6 to 10. Which we failed last time. So here we go. Come on. Oh God. Right. Well, this could be horrible to even start with, because I think the only target they can have that we've got a deck or low is our. Oh, hang on. Stop, Grant. Our helicopters are on the ground. Our helicopters are on the ground, haven't they? Yeah, because we've landed. We managed to get the roll to pick up Nikolai. I don't think this is going to work, because a man-pad ambush. I don't know what man-pad stands for. I guess some of you out there might know. Is it in the? No, it's not. At least I'm sure. I'm assuming it stands for something. Yeah, you guys all know. It says that player selects one enemy flight that is at deck low on the hostile side of the front for a man-pad ambush. Make a heavy AA barrage attack on selected enemy flight. The flight is considered to be at speed 3. Now, I'm not having this. I'm not having that. Our flight is not at deck at the moment. Our flight is on the ground. So, I don't think anything can fire at that. I mean, I was even wondering in the last part, I think I talked about the fact, can the aircraft attack that? Well, no. It would have to be an air-to-ground attack. And AAA stands for, I mean myself, anti-aircraft artillery. So, I mean, that's firing, okay, it is an aircraft, it's on the ground, it's firing up the way, isn't it? No, I'm not having the fact that can be targeted. I don't think that's right. And we've no other targets. Like I say, this one's at low. This is Mechlin that's at lows. And then they've got somebody else. Who's that? Oh, you know who that is? That's the flight. It's Wolf that's in the same hex. Yeah, nowhere else to really put it. So, yeah, and all our other flights are either at medium or high altitude. So, no, I'm not having that one. Well, it's just as well he wasn't still hovering at deck, eh? or hadn't taken off. Well, you can tell me if maybe it should still fire at it, but I don't. It doesn't feel right, that, because it is on the ground just now. I mean, I think. Yeah, I mean, I got confirmation. Actually, that was another thing. One comment. Well, it wasn't a comment. It was a reply from John Brown. Because when I first posted my question regarding the landing, if landing the helicopter would still trigger an A or a SAM attack, and also if taken off, I had posted it in the DBD rules, and like I say, it was strange because Howard answered that when I posted it over in the main rules regarding just in general if a helicopter landing. But John's actually posted in there as well saying that he believes that, yeah, it is making a movement point. It's using a movement point when it's at deck and when it's coming to deck. So yeah, so we're gonna take that. But at a moment, no, I'm not gonna take that one. Right, let's move on. Right, jamming phase, no. Detection phase. Right, let's roll to see if we can detect. Well, yeah, he's at high. I think he's maybe undetected, isn't he? Oh, sorry, he's on top, Grant. There's Wolf's sitting right on top. Why are you looking underneath? It's Mother will put underneath. Yeah, because he's at deck level, so he'll get a bit of a bonus to his modifier, won't he? Ooh, that's something I actually never thought about. Mountains. You know what? That hex is a mountain. Also, I've completely forgot about the deck at night. Now, the helicopter's alright for it. It's got the... What is it? Terrain following radar. Do the MiG-21s? I don't think they have it. No, they don't. None of their flights at all have the terrain following radar. Oh, have I blundered here? But not only that, that's a mountain hex. Right, I'm a bit confused now. I mean, you can't drop to deck. With an aircraft, you can't drop to deck over a mountain unless you've got terrain following radar. Well, hang on, the helicopters do have that, Grant, so that's fine. He would not have been able to drop to deck, would he? Aye. No, so what would he have done then? I mean, fortunately the attack fizzled into nothing, didn't it? Of course, nobody's seen that bit of video footage yet. In fact, I've not even watched it back myself. Whether I might have realised it then and thought, wait a minute, I'm dropping to deck here. Well, I would have liked to think I would have considered the collision thing because being at night. But not only that. Yeah, let's look at mountains to be... No, I'm pretty sure that's right, Grant. Yeah, we've certainly read this rule before. Page 10, 6.34, mountain terrain. Flights already at deck altitude may not enter mountain hexes. Flights already at deck altitude may not enter... Yeah. Yeah. So I couldn't have... Well, unless I was at low and dropped. Exception, flights with terrain following radar and helicopters. Okay, yeah, so helicopters is alright. If already at deck altitude and forced to enter a mountain hex as a consequence of scatter, treat it like the edge of the map. Right, well hang on though, flights already at deck altitude may not enter mountain hexes. So, but can a flight at low altitude move into that hex, that mountain hex, and descend to deck? Because it's not really, it's saying that they can't move from deck. You know, if I was in this hex first at deck, I can't move into that hex. But if I was just flying up there at low altitude and then entered that hex and descended to deck, that's kind of different from the way that's wording it, isn't it? Flights already at deck altitude may not enter mountain hexes. Feels like a daft question to go and ask, but damn. Well, so much for me coming in this evening and this evening, tonight, and trying to get a quick part done here, because I think that's kind of stumped me. Right, hang on though. It was a standard area attack. Now the requirements are the defender is within 1 hex and same altitude or 1 altitude below. So we could have moved in there at low altitude to engage. So why don't you just change that? Now, it still remains, the question still remains, could he be in that hex at deck altitude though? I'm just going to leave this on the video for probably John to answer for me, well, hopefully. Because like I've just worded that, flights already at deck may not enter mountain hexes, but could a flight at low move into a hex and drop to deck? Or is that just the same? I understand if they've got the terrain following radar, they've not got a problem with that. I'm not 100% sure. I might find the urge to go and ask that question then. But I think what we'll do is, because the other thing that flight doesn't want to be at deck for is the collision, because it's at night and he doesn't have the terrain following radar. So, well, like I say, I've not watched back what happened there, but what I can remember, he moved in to engage Mother in standard area combat. Of course, one of the things the bot wants to do is try and move to the altitude, isn't it? It's combat dash roll, move to enter enemy flight hex at same altitude if able. Well, obviously the restriction of moving that deck into that mountain hex makes it not able to do that, but he can still be at low altitude, and he's going to get a -1 modifier. But this whole attack fizzled anyway, nothing happened. Yeah, I think it just maybe the engagement failed. So I think what he should have done was move in at low altitude. So I've got low marked there. Yeah, but again, I think I might. Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be safer for him to be at low though. Even if you were allowed to do what I've just said there about moving into the hex at low and descending in the hex to deck, that doesn't sound like you should be able to do that. I think it's just the way I'm reading. It might maybe just the way you're reading it, Grant. That's the thing. why would it word it that way? Flights already at deck may not enter mountain hexes. Why does it not tell me that mountain hexes are... Maybe it does tell you somewhere else. Maybe I've always known at deck I couldn't move into a mountain, I needed to climb to low. But you can see the kind of question, all I want to do is go into that hex. I just think it's maybe just not allowed. You can't go into mountains at deck, Grant. I think that's the bottom line, unless you've got the terrain following radar. Yeah, okay. Well, whether I ask the question or not, probably a daft question, but I still think that even if he was able to do that, he wouldn't want to do that because of the possibility of the collision. So, and whereas he can still attack Mother at low altitude, as long as he's one altitude above her. Oh, but hang on. Is the look down? No, is that not for BVR? Yeah, that's just for BVR, the look down. So yeah, so we could have still done it. We'd have got an extra -1 modifier for targeting different altitude band, but the engagement failed anyway. So we'll go with that. Rather than me just stop here. Yeah. Okay. So what was I doing? We were doing detection. That's when I suddenly spotted that, didn't I? Saying that he was at deck, and then that's when it kind of clicked. To be honest, I wasn't that sure that was a mountain hex, but it is. But not just that. I remembered the collision at night thing. Anyway, right. Let's look at our flights. Any flights that we got undetected. They're both detected. Slam is detected. Mother's detected. So we've got Vegas and Chevy. That's our two flights that they need to check, see if they can detect. They're both at medium. They're not going to get any modifiers. So we'll roll for Vegas first on the C column. So we need a 12. Hold 2 1s. Yeah, we've had a few of them. So no. And Chevy, same, needs a 12. 11. Ooh. Okay, so none of our flights detected. Well, I mean, I was saying before that was good, and then I looked at it again and I thought, wait a minute. We probably want Vegas detected because it means that everything's going for Mother, because Vegas is the only good order flight we've got apart from Mother. So in actual fact, we probably want that detected. Oh well, that is what it is. Right, over to them. Markov's detected and Klein's detected already. We've got Mecklin and we've got Wolf. Right, well Mecklin, he's at low altitude. He's just in a clear hex. I want to see he was pointing at the spine there. Pretty sure he was. Or was he? Did he just fight Chevy? No, Mecha's not got a manoeuvre marker on him anyway. No, I think that's what he was. I didn't really adjust that. Pretty sure he was facing the spine. If for some reason it wasn't, it's not a huge blunder. We'll see. If I get the chance to look back, I'll look. Right, so Mechlin, but he's at low altitude. That's no, it's just deck that matters. It's just deck. So nobody's at deck, because we've fixed Wolf now as well. So no modifiers for them. So Mechlin gets detected on a roll of 13 or greater. Rolled 15. So Mechlin is detected. So that's good. And then Wolf. Well, we probably want him detected as well. Made a mess now. So Wolf is up there, and again, well, let's see, he's not at deck anymore. We've kind of fixed that. And hopefully I'm right thinking he wouldn't be allowed at deck at all. It's just the way that's worded that bothers me. Okay, so a 13 or greater for him. Roll 12. Ooh, so just missed. Right, that's everybody. However, well, Vegas could possibly have a radar detection on him. Regarding our 2 flights that aren't detected, Markov, who will have the IRST thing, but we're not. He's not in. Sorry, he's not got us in his front arc. Oh, he's got Vegas though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, he does have Vegas, and this is for the visual detection, by the way. I'll just check again. Visual detection attempts at night are limited. All native flights may make visual detection attempts at night, but only at a reduced range of 2 hexes. So that's not any good for. Well, we're only interested in trying to get Wolf. So that's, well, hang on. Nah, the helicopters can't do it. No. Only Warsaw Pack flights with IRST sensors may make visual detection attempts at night, but only in their forward arc and at a range of 4 hexes or less. Well, Markov does have Vegas in his forward arc, and he does have IRST, and it is 4 hexes. So he is going to be able to do this. Now, does that count as an IRST then? Must do. What is he, a MiG what? 25. Well, you know what? The results are the same, but, and what I mean by that is initially I looked here at the IRST column, which needs a 12 or greater. And there's the MiG-25 there, which is on this column, but it's the same, it needs a 12 or greater. I still think for this one, because it insists it has to have IRST, it's probably this column. I know the results are the same, but it's just for the future, because some of the other MiGs maybe have IRST and might be a different role. So we need a 12 or greater. Now normally they would get to do 2 attempts with this, wouldn't they? I think this is only a 1 attempt thing because it's at night. I'm going to go with that. It doesn't talk about making two attempts at night. I think it would say that. To be honest, it's the second attempt you can make if you've got IRST sensors during the day. The first one's just a normal visual, and then if you've got IRST, you can do it again. But at night, it's just the IRST. So I'm going to roll once. So for to try and detect Vegas on a roll of 12 or greater. 7. So no good. Okay, and we've got no visual. But right, but Markov can still try with his radar, and Vegas might be able to have a go at Wolf. Well, let's stick with Markov. That's the MiG-25. So you can see his radar range is, well, hang on. He's got look down limited. What's this? Well, actually, they're both at medium. So that's not an issue. And that is within range. So yeah, he is going to be able to do this. Radar search. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So we can do a radar search as well for him. And he's not going to get the penalty because that needs to be 18 or greater hexes. It's only 4 hexes away. Right, but there's the... Well, this time we are on the... Sorry. The MiG-25 column. But it's the same. It's a 12 or greater. And the modifiers there are... That one's not going to apply. That doesn't apply. Doesn't apply. Search in flight and beam arc of target. I don't think that applies either, does it? No, he's in a rear arc. So again, it's another roll of 12. So he's got another shot here. 9. So no joy. 3 attempts on Vegas and no. Oh, and I just realised that Vegas is the one we want detected. I just said it, didn't I? And we've had 3 attempts on it now, and it's still no. Oh well. Right, and Chevy's not in any other front arc. So what about Vegas trying for Wolf then? So Vegas F4, so he's got a range of 12. Needs to be in the front arc, which it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's only 6 hexes away. He's up. We can't. It's looked down. Because he's at low altitude now, which we've adjusted, and we're at medium, and I've got no look down. Right, forget it then. Can't detect him, so that's that. Right, moving on. Okay, movement phase. Rotor determine initiative. 1 to 6 it's NATO. 7 plus it's Warsaw Pact. Okay, 1 to 6 it's NATO. A 1. Yeah, we've been winning their rolls quite comfortably, haven't we, most of the time? So our initiative, I'm pretty sure we're taking it. Now, I was thinking here just before I was thinking when I was at work, I was thinking what was happening and that, and I remember my helicopters being down on the ground, but thinking about what to deal with that, and I think it's quite clear that I want to leave them till the end, I think. Because as soon as I pop them up in the air, it's obviously going to be a big target, isn't it? So I want to move them last. And hopefully all the Warsaw Pact flights have moved by then. Well, yeah. That might not work that way, Grant. Right, chits. So let's just double check we've still got 10 in there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. Right. So this is for us. We have 2 in the large, 1 in the small, so just 1 for us. That's quite good actually, because I don't want to go rushing. Oh well, Grant, I could have passed the initiative there, couldn't I? Mind you, I don't know if I wanted to go that far. Well, as long as the helicopter's on the ground, I don't think that they can target it. Now, again, there might be something that I'm getting wrong with that, but that's what I'm sticking with. I don't want to go and ask staff questions about can CAT missions target flights on the ground. I don't even know if there's a bit I could look for in the rules about that. Hang on. I'm just going to leave it. I know things can be targeted with air to ground attacks. But I don't. Well, we've none of that at all. So they're all CAT missions, aren't they? So they can't attack units on the ground. So they've not got weapons for that. But I mean, well, apart from guns, but. Yeah, okay, I'm going to say it's not an option, and so I can be corrected, and well, it then probably turns the whole scenario up in the air if I've ignored it, but I'm not going to go and daft questions about that, I don't think. I've tried to look in the rules a little bit here, but I do remember seeing stuff about targets on the ground, like shooting aircraft on the ground. I remember seeing that, but I think that's under air to ground combat. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. I can't see anything, and yeah, I don't think it's something that can be done. But I'm going to take my chances with it, and then if it turns out they could do it, then it's a big failure. I still can't see us getting out of this alive anyway. So. Right, so we've got 1. So what are we going to do? Well, these aren't of any interest. Move in. Chevy's disordered now as well. Slam was aborting. But I mean, right now, when they activate. Well, Klein's still disordered, so he's not going to do anything fancy. Mechlin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there we go though. Remember, Wolf has stayed in the hex. That means that Mechlin cannot engage in air-to-air combat. Well, now Wolf could still engage. How'd that work? Does he needs to spend a movement point? Well, he can't do that. He could just make a turn, couldn't he? Again, he would want to try and come in from the rear. Oh no, Grant, we're saying the helicopter's not targetable. Yeah. So that means that they're going to go after probably Slam. Right now, at this moment, I'd probably not want that to happen then. Markov. Yeah, Markov's within 7 of Slam as well. And if we move Slam away, then Mechlin 5, 6. No, can't reach them two either. Which means that Mechlin and Markov will go back to their waypoints. Because they'll not have a detected flight within 7. Like I say, even though Mechlin's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from Mother, I don't think that she can be considered because she's on the ground. But I'm just assuming that's the case. I'm not 100% sure. And both Vegas and Chevy are undetected, so... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Unless, of course, I want to leave Slam there as a bait for Mechlin and Markov. But then why would I want to do that if I'm saying that Mother's not a target? Well, because they'll go back to follow their waypoints and that'll be running north, which is going to get closer to Mother. Yeah. I thought, well, why don't we do something about Mechlin and it's our initiative, why don't we move Vegas and attack Mechlin? Well, lots of things wrong about that. First of all, we don't have BVR capability. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Maybe we do have. We do, but what flights are within 3? What's Vegas we're moving? 1, 2, 3. Chevy would be within 3, which means we'd have to be attacking from the rear with BVR. Not sure if that's capable of that. No, I can't see us turning. I mean, the other bad things are we've got Fritzlar airfield here, and the other thing is he's at low altitude. None of that is anything great. Marcos at medium altitude. I don't know if I can get turned round to him. It's just a mess. As facing north, I can't get at either of these. I can't BVR them because Chevy's... Well, you could... Why don't you move Chevy out of the way? This is just a mess, I think. I mean, I could move Chevy out of the way, but it's then going to pass initiative over to the Warsaw Pact. I think the only real thing I could think of doing here is like leaving Slam there for bait so that Mechlin might activate next and move to engage Slam. That would be in standard air-to-air. Then that would all happen, then he would scatter and maybe scatters to there, and then Vegas might be able to come and get at him. I don't know. There's nothing great I can come up with here. I mean, is that silly? Possibly. Mind you, Mechlin's at low altitude, Slam's at high altitude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's not within range of them. Well, he would move towards that. Then yeah, well there you go, Grant. He would move towards that. Might not be able to engage it then. In fact, he's at low altitude. Right, I'm just going to use my initiative. I'm going to, you know what? Let's just do something. I'm going to use my initiative and move Chevy. Just because I don't want to do him with Vegas yet. Mechlin moves up there a bit, I might be able to come around to him. And of course, Wolf's not activated. Well, not that I can't. I mean, I couldn't move into that hex either. Well, actually, could you? Because our helicopters are on the ground. I don't know. Pass. I don't know. I don't know if it counts that they're in that hex or not. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to move Chevy. He's at medium altitude, he's got a manoeuvre marker on him. I'm not really fussed about doing anything with him. So he's got a speed of 4, I'm not going to dash him. He's going to spend 2 movement points to remove that. He's disordered, remember. He's at medium. He's got 2 movement points. I want to avoid this again, so I'm going to try and bring him down and around, I suppose. So 1 free 60-degree turn, and then 2. That'll do. Now hang on. Well, yeah, that might help because now we're 4 away from Mechlin. However, we are 3 away from Markov. So I don't think Vegas could turn in BVR Markov anyway. Can't really get that turn. Well, could I have moved? So I was there, wasn't I? 1, and I went 3 60-degree turn. Let's not do that then. Let's do 1, 2, 3 60-degree turn, and then I'm 4 away. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Because I can move into that hex next turn, do a free 60-degree turn, and then come that way. And now I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 away from Markov, which does mean that we could BVR Markov, and we can also BVR Mechlin, because there's not, like with the rules engagement situation anyway. Right. Yeah, there's not a lot of great things I can do. I mean, all my flights are a mess. And of course we never got a roll for dodge. They were hoping, well, the fact that they've got a -3 aggression value is not helping. Right, that's the initiative over. Let's move across to Warsaw Pact, and yeah, let's just see what they're going to do, I think. And with a bit of luck, they'll get moving, and then we can try and get Mother out of there. Right, 3. Make it a 3. Go on, make it a 3. Well, that's a 2. That's alright. Right, so they've got 2 initiative. Now they've got a heart, a diamond, 2 diamonds. Wolf's a spade, I think, isn't it? Right, so I'll just roll a dice, I think. Put a card 5. Where are you? So let's see who's going to be the first. Well, rolling for the suit. I've rolled a 2. So it is hearts. So, oh, that is Mechlin. Good. Wolf, I want to say is this. Oh no, he's a heart. Wolf's a heart. That's perfect. That means both Wolf and Mechlin are going to activate. Yeah, that's just what we want. Right. So, which one first? So, in order based on proximity, human players' flights. Again, this is tricky because I don't know if I can count the helicopters being on the ground. If that's the case, Wolf is clearly closest. I just finding it a little unsure about how to deal with all that flights on the ground, I suppose. Well, I mean, even if he is closest to this, he can't target it. Well, we're going with that anyway. So, actually, in fact, he's probably looking at slam as well, isn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because there's not another good order flight. That's bothering me a bit about the helicopters. I mean, can the helicopters still be considered here? They're the only good order flight that the Warsaw Pact can go for that's not undetected. Vegas is the other one, obviously, but he's undetected. Yeah, maybe I do need to ask some questions about the helicopter being on the ground. Yeah, but I mean, it's not at an altitude level, is it? It's on the ground. Yeah, no, I'm just going to leave it. But I still don't know if Wolf should move first here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Wolf should move first or Mecklin. And I was trying to think out there what would I prefer? And yeah, I don't know. I don't think it really matters, does it? Because Wolf, both their target is going to be slam. And not so sure Wolf's going to get around to be able to do anything to slam anyway. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have BVR. Mecklin does have BVR. Yeah, he does. And he could actually attack from the rear. This is 1, 2, 3 away. Klein's 1, 2, 3 away, but if he was at the rear, well, you're going to have to make a call on this, Grant. Is Mecklin the one that's closest to human player flight? I think so. I'm going to go with that because I'm going to say that the helicopters at the moment aren't a flight as such. They're on the ground. So I'm making that call, right? I'm going to make that call, but I need to know for sure. So please tell me that if I've got that wrong and I should be. I mean, I know it maybe doesn't make that much difference here, but yeah, I'm a stickler for the rules. I want to be doing things right, so. You might not think so when you've watched all the playthroughs. It's a tough game. There's no way. Well, I'm not going to start saying that there's no way everybody makes mistakes in these games. Well, I find that. I guess some of these guys that have played the game over and over again, maybe, but I'm sure John will admit himself. John Brown will admit himself that he's made mistakes himself, but maybe not. Okay, so we're going to say Mecklin, right? So he can do either or. His target is slam. But he could do BVR if he attacked from the rear. And then their BVR is got a range 421, so yeah, he needs to get adjacent. Yeah, so he needs to attack from the rear to make the engagement feasible because of the restrictions and that. But he might want to just do standard air. Huh? So we need to roll for that. Oops. So yeah, so it's a 1A. No, it's 6 or less for attempt BVR. That's right. What's he got on him? He's got a max turn. Yeah, he's not got any issues, right? So let's roll a dice. 6 or less, it's BVR. Right, so a 3. So it is going to be BVR if possible. So let's have a look around here again. I'll just read what's here. If no BVR weapons, cannot get into range, or rules of engagement prevent BVR. Well, I think he can. He's got weapons, and I think he can get in range, and the rules of engagement would not. That is by coming up at the rear, and it's obviously he'd prefer to come in from the front, but he can't do that. So determine target, we've got that. Dash throttle, unless already set at combat. Move to target flight. Altitude band if able. Oh yeah, I forgot about the altitude. Yeah, that might then prevent him then. Hang on. Because he needs to get to high, which means he's going to have to zoom climb. Yeah, which means he's spending through. Yeah, he's maybe not going to do this. So at low, he's got a speed of 4. If he dashes, he's got a speed of 5. And it's going to cost 3 movement points to get him to high. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. Because he's going to spend 3 movement points just in that hits to climb to high. 4 or 5, he's nowhere near it. Okay, so he's not going to get to BVR. So he's going to attempt standard air-to-air. Combat or dash, whichever is needed to engage. Well, again, he's not going to be able to engage. Even getting to medium altitude. If I'm at altitude band below, no, it's got to be the other way about, isn't it? Just looked at that recently. Standard rules of engagement. Standard air-to-air engagement requirements. Defender is within 1 hex the same altitude or 1 altitude below. Yeah, so we still need to get to high altitude. So he's not going to be able to engage as well. So all he can do is move closer to him. And again, I'm not sure the order how to go about that. He wants to come in from the rear hemisphere, and he wants to keep the target flight in his forward arc. Close as possible, same altitude, turn in to keep it in forward arc. Combat or dash. So I think we do set dash throttle. I'm just going to put the marker on the card. So he's going to set dash. And at low, that gives him a speed of 5. He's got a max turn marker. Right, let's get some of this down here a bit. Hopefully that's still attached. So 1, 2, right. If he climbs to medium, I think that's probably the more sensible thing to do here. So hang on, 1, 2, right, hang on. Give me something to put down there. Right, that's where it was, right. So if I go 1, 2, and then climb to medium, and then take a free 30-degree turn, that's 3, so I've got 2 movement points left. See, it kind of looks like I'm trying to set this MiG up so that Vegas can just turn around beside them. Well, I did deliberately leave Slam there with that thinking, so I you know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not deliberately moving it in a way that suits me. I'm following its rules as best as I can. It would make it harder for me, I suppose, if he did zoom climb to high. But That's not what I'm meant to be doing. Then I could take the other two movement points here to climb to zoom, to climb to high. But I don't know. I could just move as close as possible to him and be at medium. Yeah, I think I've got to make a decision. I think I've done it already. Unless it's easy enough to do the climb, then moving as close as possible I think is better. So I'm going to move one more and then do a free 30-degree turn and then finish there. Now remember he's climbed to medium. So he's not got to high altitude, but no, that's what he's got with him. That was a max turn marker, that's coming off. And that was his flight. And that was all his movement spent. Unfortunately, he can't engage because he needed to be at high altitude. Yeah, I think that's the best. I don't know, it does look like, well, that's kind of what you wanted that flight to do, but, well, I did leave SWAM there to kind of bait either him or Markov in, to be honest, but, so. Right, okay, let's just get the other. I just feel this has been a bit of a rubbish part, to be honest. I think that just threw me, that whole situation, and then it didn't help after that. Just wondering, just the fact the helicopters are on the ground and how I should be treating them. That's kind of bothering me a little bit. Anyway, right, so I'll take his medium because I've got his dash marker. He's got a dash marker and medium marker, right? Okay. Right, well, Wolf flight's the other flight that's a heart. So I've got to consider that his target's going to be slam as well. He cannot BVR, so he's going to attempt standard air-to-air. He's not going to be able to do this. Remember, he's at low altitude as well, but he's got to turn and move towards him. Yeah, and this is all good for us because it means that the threats to Mother are moving away. But remember, Mother's got to get up off the ground next turn. Oh, well, in this turn. And then next turn, they're all going to focus back on her unless Vegas becomes detected. Because all the other flights are in bad order. Or unless we maybe get Dodge back, but that's a lucky dice roll we're looking for there. Right, so combat dash throw. So, sorry. Wolf and his target is slam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Combat dash throttle. So again, he's going to dash as well. So I've got his marker on I've got his thing on there. So I'm going to use a dash marker on there for that as well. And I know this is just a MiG-21 card, but well, the only other MiG-21 we've got is Klein, and he's disordered, so that should be fine. So he's got a speed of, oh yuck, right, he gets 3 at low, so he's dashing at 4, and yeah, well, at least he gets the turns, I suppose. So how do we go about this one, Grant? I could climb to medium and do a free turn. If I climb to medium and do a free 60-degree turn, 30, 60, for 1, then 2, 30, 60, and then 3, 30, and then 4. Maybe 30, 60, and then 4. Something like that. And then he's climbed to medium altitude, which wasn't really a waste of a point because he took that free turn in there. Yeah, I noticed. I've made 2 comments, put 2 comments in the headers of 2 videos in the trot. I want to say it was maybe 17 and 18, where I noticed I watched myself and missing the fact that I could have climbed an altitude band to get free turns and ended up in a better position. And that's always something to consider. If you're ever going to climb an altitude band, within your movement, do it early on so that you take a free turn out of it, because it might enable you to get further than than you are. I've got 2 cases where I showed it and I thought I would have been 1 hex ahead and at the altitude band that I wanted to be at. Anyway. Right, yeah, I think I'll just go for that. I don't know. This feels like it's not been a very good part, this. I'm not sure. Yeah, we could do with getting this scenario finished, I think. It's getting a bit messed up, I think. Maybe sometimes I come back for work and I'm maybe not in the zone right enough. But well, it threw me right away, like I was saying about the fact that had went to deck, and I don't think it could have. It certainly shouldn't have, I don't think so. Right, yeah, I'm just gonna wrap that up now. That's a bit. So that's their 2 initiatives done. So it will be us next. So I'll just leave that out there, and yeah, well, we've still got the worry of their Markov flight, but once it's moved, then we can freely take all Mother's going to do is move south into that hex. Although she doesn't, yeah. Well, this radar's still shut down, so I can wait and see with that, I suppose. Because ideally, I suppose she wants to go there, but then if she goes there next, then she's out of range from both of them. But that's like, this would be turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, and turn 11. Yeah, that's fine. Well, actually, I'm not sure that hex is. Yeah, sure, that hex has got to be on that side of the front. If that hex is, yeah, it must be. But then, see, it cuts in there. So, it could be that it does cut in. But, well, I could just move into that hex then. Because I know for sure that one is NATO. Because I think initially I thought I'll go in there, and then in there, and then in there. But if I go in there, this radar could still switch back on and maybe fire. So, you know what? We might not even get to that. We've got to take off to start with. Oh no, we're not getting to move. Sorry, my bad. I'm not even getting to move. I'm just getting to take off the deck, and then this is going to fire at us. Inherent AAA is going to fire at us. That's going to be that, right enough. Oh no, we're going to take small arms fire at deck as well. So 3 things are going to happen. Right, okay, well, I'll leave that until tomorrow. Yeah, that just felt a bit yucky, that part, really. Don't know, just, yeah. Maybe should have left it until tomorrow. But, well, at least I've spotted a few things that are bothering me, so, yeah, I'll just leave them in there. I don't think I'm going to go and ask questions about that, but if anybody's got any information that they want to leave in the comments, by all means, just so that anybody else watching it can make sure they're doing it the right way. If I have been doing some of the things wrong, or thinking about some of the things wrong, and whatever. Right, okay, I'm going to get away for now, guys. Yeah, I should be back tomorrow for another part. Okay, cheers.